Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to dive into the completely revamped New Orleans roster after a tumultuous first 2 weeks filled with major transfer moves in the free agency market. And we kick things off with massive stakes. Vegas odds makers project exactly 7.5 victories for our beloved franchise heading into 2026. Will they shatter expectations or crumble? Smash O for higher, U for lower. Notice this Razorbacks drip? Drop your tournament predictions below because my money rides entirely on Arkansas taking the crown. Sound off below and spark that debate. General Manager Mickey Loomis, alongside Kellen Moore, just unleashed an absolute flurry of calculated roster adjustments across the free agent battlefield. Hence, breaking down this freshly forged squad is absolutely mandatory. Make no mistake, glaring vulnerabilities remain scattered across this roster, demanding immediate attention. Expect management to aggressively attack those lingering weaknesses through the upcoming rookie selection process, plus a ferocious secondary phase of veteran acquisition shortly afterward. Before proceeding, let us review every single aggressive strike our front office executed recently. First up, securing John Ridgeway via an intense 2-season agreement. Special teams ace Wright inked a massive 4-year pact. Dynamic playmaker Travis Achane secured $47.4 million over 4 seasons. Meanwhile, David Edwards fortifies the trenches with his own 4-year commitment. The organization simultaneously injected pure dynamite into their offensive arsenal by locking down game-changing threat Noah Fant. A glorious homecoming unfolds for Caden Ellis, returning to his rightful domain following a brief, agonizing stint trapped behind enemy lines in Atlanta. Speedster Ty Chandler joined forces with the squad just days ago, while Dylan Radunz officially recommits his loyalty through another 2-season arrangement. Now, prepare yourselves as we tear apart this hierarchy. We launch our assault, analyzing the offensive weaponry before pivoting fiercely toward those crucial signal callers. Just 2 lone warriors remain standing under center right now, Tyler Shough and Spencer Rattler. Last campaign featured a chaotic battleground involving Jake Haener alongside Hunter Deckers. Haener ultimately defected to join the Kansas City Empire. Meanwhile, Deckers seemingly vanished entirely, barring a miraculous rescue mission orchestrated directly by Kellen Moore. However, witnessing this management team aggressively hunt down another veteran arm for desperate emergency protection would absolutely not shock me. Taysom Hill faces unprecedented uncertainty regarding his legacy. Shifting focus, the impending backfield wars unfolding ahead promise nothing short of pure cinematic chaos. Judging strictly by that monstrous financial commitment and tactical fit, Travis Achane stands poised to conquer the lead back job outright. Alvin Kamara remains an absolute legend in my eyes. Though heavy clouds shadow his ultimate fate here, binding legal agreements currently tie him to the franchise. Kendre Miller boasts lethal talent, yet violently struggles to survive intact. Devin Neal, Audric Estime, Evan Hull, plus new weapon Ty Chandler complete this explosive rushing stable. Examining the broader ground warfare landscape, a fascinating alternate reality exists wherein a seasoned Kamara dominates alongside these rising stars within the rotation. Witnessing management brutally reinforce this critical unit brings sheer joy. Last campaign featured an agonizingly catastrophic ground game lacking any discernible pulse, demanding total reconstruction. Securing massive reinforcements became a critical matter of survival. Their swift action demands respect. Turning toward our aerial assassins, this receiving corps screams for immediate firepower. Chris Olave reigns supreme as our undisputed alpha target. Conversely, relying upon Devon Vele to anchor the secondary spot feels incredibly dangerous right now. While flashing brilliant moments previously, Vele must conquer bigger mountains before seizing that coveted secondary crown. Meanwhile, Jalen Polk presents an utterly fascinating tactical mystery. Can undrafted Yale phenomenon Mason Tipton finally transcend his exhibition game dominance? Furthermore, an injury-free Bub Means poses terrifying, game-breaking potential for opposing secondaries. Trey Palmer arrived via desperate mid-season wire claims yet failed to ignite a spark. Honestly, evaluating this current collection of pass catchers leaves me severely underwhelmed. Although far from a total disaster, acquiring fresh, elite receiving blood during the 2026 collegiate selection process remains an absolute, non-negotiable mandate. Management criminally ignored our passing attack during the 2025 prospect sweepstakes. Escaping the opening 2 rounds without securing a premier route runner this time equals organizational malpractice. Spending either the 8th or 42nd master ticket on a dynamic aerial weapon is paramount. Nabbing any individual from my coveted top 5 list would spark absolute pandemonium. Attacking day 1 offers tantalizing generational talents. Carnell Tate, Makai Lemon, and Jordan Tyson each bring jaw-dropping highlight reel potential. However, I am obsessively manifesting a monumental second-round strike for Louisville's Chris Bell. orchestrating an epic reunion with his former commander Tyler Shough. Capturing Omar Cooper would inject terrifying electricity into the lineup. His lethal skill set perfectly mirrors our aggressive offensive philosophy. Ultimately, this receiving squadron begs for lethal reinforcements. I refuse to believe this current, uninspiring configuration survives untouched until opening weekend. Stay fiercely vigilant for breaking intelligence regarding our pass-catching hierarchy as that monumental draft weekend rapidly approaches on the horizon. This relentless dedication is exactly why joining our ranks is mandatory. Whenever explosive whispers or groundbreaking franchise intel drops, we deliver the truth instantly. A mere 27 recruits separate us from conquering 57,000 loyalists. Smash subscribe for 100% free right now. Obliterate that button and scream "Stay Golden" down below. Marching forward through the offensive ranks, we confront a totally transformed tight end battalion marked by extreme roster turbulence. Foster Moreau vanished, replaced by the lethal Noah Fant. Jack Stoll departed, yet warriors like Maliki Matavao, Juwan Johnson, Zaire Mitchell-Payton, and Triton Welch hold down the fort. Our current tight end stable sparks mild optimism but zero passion. While Fant's explosive arrival thrills me, acquiring another elite tier enforcer remains absolutely critical. Zero shade directed at Matavao, Mitchell-Payton, or Welch. Yet upgrading this vital position with a truly dominant, game-altering presence is an undeniable necessity. Furthermore, squandering premium draft capital on a tight end feels incredibly reckless. Finding a hidden gem during the middle rounds is remarkably straightforward. Regardless, igniting a fierce summer training camp battle requires injecting at least one more hungry, violent competitor into that exact room. Shifting focus to the trenches, our offensive line just received a monstrous power-up. Snagging Mauler David Edwards easily crowns my list of masterstroke off-season maneuvers. Endless fury continues surrounding Cesar Ruiz. The fan base is practically organizing riots, screaming for his immediate banishment across every digital platform. However, looking at this newly assembled 5-man barricade today, I feel bulletproof. Expect an absolute renaissance regarding our brutal ground and pound assault this coming campaign. Tyler Shough is absolutely getting a tighter shield this time around. Assuming those big guys dodge the injury bug, this blocking squad is straight up lethal. Health is the absolute game changer here, folks. Availability is everything. I am beyond hyped to witness Tails Foggy's third act, plus Kelvin Banks stepping into his sophomore season. And man, Eric McCoy simply must avoid the trainer's table. Losing him totally derails the Saints' entire blocking scheme. Hold tight, we are diving into the defensive side of the ball in a flash. But hold up, squad. Our epic gear is still massively discounted right now. Snag those exclusive New Orleans drinking crew tees for the Mardi Gras festivities. These threads are unbelievably fire. You seriously need to grab yours as soon as possible, or just rock one every single month. Those purple drops, pure exclusive city vibes, basically matching those wild alternate uniforms everyone goes crazy for. We are tossing these on as our official home turf armor, week in and week out. Secure yours immediately at chatsports.com/Saints. Smash that link waiting down below in the description box of this video. Plus, we slash prices on a massive stash of other insanely cool apparel too. Dive deep into the site, upgrade your own wardrobe, and definitely bless your friends and family with some fresh threads while you are at it. Boom! Let us flip to the defensive stoppers. We are kicking things off down in the brutal trenches and working our way into the secondary. New Orleans is rolling out that heavy 5-man barricade. Cam Jordan is currently floating on the open market, but if he makes his grand return to the Bayou, my anxiety about this defensive front vanishes entirely. However, they drastically need to inject some serious capital into securing a premium pass-rushing monster. Burn a top-tier draft asset, bring the veteran back, or uncover a hidden gem. Honestly, Brandon Staley sparked a massive revival for this Saints defensive unit last campaign. That fact is undeniable. Chase Young desperately needs a permanent, high-octane partner in crime tearing up the turf right alongside him. Beefing up the heart of that defensive trench is honestly a phenomenal strategy they cannot afford to ignore. I am praying Brian Breesy takes a massive superstar leap this season. Will Vernon Broughton completely steal Devin Godshow's job? And how exactly does John Ridgeway factor into this chaotic puzzle? The front office has some brilliantly wild options to rebuild this defensive line, and I am sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for Staley's master plan to unfold. Shifting gears to the enforcers, the linebackers. We already lumped those edge-bending, outside terrorizers into our heavy 5-man breakdown, which leaves us staring straight at the middle field generals. Cade Ellis is officially stepping into the massive void left by Demario Davis, filling the tactical role, obviously not replacing the legend himself. Cade originally sparked his journey here in the Big Easy as a draft pick before defecting to the rival Falcons for the bag. After a 3-year detour, he is finally home, locking down the turf beside Pete Werner. Danny Stutzman, Jalen Ford, and Isaiah Stallbird are completely shaking up the battle for snaps too. Truth bomb. This entire linebacker crew has me incredibly hyped. Watch us look back in 2 months and everything is totally flipped. Label me insane, but Danny Stutzman possesses absolutely terrifying upside. The kid's ceiling is just astronomically high. It would barely faze me if he straight up snatches Werner's starting gig to ride alongside Cade Ellis. Making that ruthless swap is a genius-level chess move for New Orleans, unlocking the perfect scenario to flip Pete Werner for premium assets. Cashing in on his talent is just smart business. Overall, this tackling crew is absolutely stacked with incredibly fierce, game-ready reserves. Isaiah Stallbird is an absolute beast on the gridiron, plain and simple. However, watching a Titan like Demario Davis walk out that door is an agonizing, gut-wrenching blow. His dominance stretches way beyond the grass. The man is a transcendent locker room general, quite possibly the most phenomenal alpha voice in the entire pro circuit today. That aura is going to be brutally missed. Yet, even in the shadow of his departure, the current stable of brawlers keeps my hope fiercely alive. Time to pivot to the boundary lockdown artists and the deep field patrollers, before wrapping up with the kicking game. Notice that glaring, terrifying void at the slot corner position? Forcing Quincy Riley or Kool-Aid McKinstry inside is a disastrous, totally unacceptable scheme adjustment. Those two need to be permanently anchored on the boundary, completely suffocating opposing wideouts along the chalk lines. We desperately must track down a lethal successor for Alontae Taylor. Looking at the current roster, nobody is even remotely equipped to lace up his cleats. The rookie selection event is the ultimate hunting ground for this fix. One name screams off the board instantly: Keontae Scott, flying out of Miami. Sniff 5. Snagging him would be an absolute masterstroke, seamlessly plugging the gap left by Taylor. Sure, rumors are swirling about grabbing Mansour Delane and shifting pieces, but I am totally rejecting that strategy. Straight up, no shade thrown at Mansour Delane at all. The kid is a spectacular, game-wrecking athlete. He flashes elite, top 10 pedigree, but New Orleans is already flooded with boundary defenders. We urgently require a vicious playmaker built specifically for that nickel star position. Whether we deploy a heavy enforcer inside or a seasoned cover guy who wreaks absolute havoc near the line of scrimmage, securing Alontae Taylor's air is non-negotiable. It is a massive red flag, and burning a premium rookie selection to fix it is a brilliant move. Targeting the collegiate pool is unequivocally the genius play. Ignoring this glaring weakness on draft day will seriously spike my panic levels regarding our coverman. Boom, let us attack the safety unit. Justin Reed and Jonas Sanker are completely locked in as the prime enforcers deep downfield. Plus, Julian Blackmon makes his epic return. The man himself, Julian Blackmon, just inked a fresh, highly anticipated contract to keep smashing heads in a Saints uniform. Jordan Howden and Elliot Davidson are sliding in right behind them. They provide absolutely crucial, hard-hitting insurance for the secondary. Securing Blackmon's signature fires me up immensely. When he got brutally sidelined, Sanker had to dive straight into the raging fire. Sanker stepped up like an absolute warrior, crushing expectations. However, hoarding top-tier, battle-tested veterans who flawlessly click with Reed is the ultimate cheat code. Just look at the massive waves Blackmon generated before kickoff. The franchise literally made him the face of their press blitzes, fully embracing his electric energy. The locker room was constantly hyping him up and creating legendary post-practice vibes. When Blackmon's season crashed, Reed immediately blasted out on social media, heartbroken over losing his gridiron brother. I lost my trusted partner. You could absolutely witness his pure joy having Blackmon battling fiercely by his side. Ultimately, that safety group looks incredibly terrifying. Drafting Caleb Downs at pick 8 demands serious, aggressive consideration right now. Let us transition to special teams immediately, as that hidden phase completely dictates the violent momentum of modern football. This crucial phase receives some massive upgrades. Obviously, shipping Kai Kroger off to the Houston Texans was monumental. Snagging absolutely any compensation back in that shocking exchange stands as a massive, legendary victory for Mickey Loomis. Securing Ryan Wright on a 4-year deal is huge. Blasting a 77-yarder, he dominated the entire league last season. Regarding Charlie Smith, his underdog journey absolutely inspires me. Our kicker is incredible, yet sparking a fierce training camp battle this offseason remains a brilliant strategy. Forcing absolute peak performance from either Charlie Smith or a ruthless challenger is mandatory. Plus, Zach Woods powerfully anchors our long snapping. The electrifying punt returner spot remains completely wide open. That desperate vacancy practically screams for an explosive running back, a blazing fast wide receiver, or an incredibly hungry underdog rising straight from the absolute bottom of our depth chart, Mason Tipton is currently primed as our explosive kick returner. Meanwhile, Kendra Miller and Ty Chandler stand ready as highly dangerous, incredibly versatile alternate weapons waiting to strike. When the dust finally settles, the New Orleans Saints executed a truly spectacular masterclass during these explosive opening waves of intense free agency action. Our ground assault became utterly terrifying by unleashing Travis Achane and David Edwards. Additionally, securing Wright absolutely transformed our crucial special teams unit. Securing Noah Fant added massive firepower to our tight ends. Plus, landing Dylan Radins alongside John Ridgeway forged an incredibly formidable brick wall trench depth. The Saints have completely crushed this free agency period so far. I am absolutely trembling with excitement to witness their next blockbuster franchise maneuver. However, glaring weaknesses still threaten this squad. That exact danger guarantees the upcoming draft will be an absolute pulse-pounding thrill ride from start to finish. Right now, grade this Saints squad Madden style, from 1 to 99. Blast those explosive hot takes directly into the comment section below. Forced to grade them myself, I am locking in an 81, 79, 80, or 81, hovering right in that highly competitive, dangerous tier. The vibe is intensely promising. They possess brutal talent, though not legendary just yet. This squad carries a massive chip on their shoulder, with everything to prove. Mark my absolute words, this heavily underestimated roster is preparing to violently shock the entire football world this year. Drop your boldest power rankings in the comments and reveal exactly how high you scale this electrifying Saints team. Thank you so much for bringing such wonderful energy. Smash that subscribe button, ignite those notifications, and let us conquer 57,000 today. Stay absolutely golden, enjoy the chaotic March Madness, and catch you on the flip side.